along again for Giggity Racing League. Got a second race here this wonderful Sunday night. Going cup racing at Richmond. This is the Potter Welding and Fabrication 200. Nice to have a sponsor on board. You want to know anything? You got some questions? You need something welded, something put together? Check us out on Facebook. Ask a question. We'll make sure we get to you. He does custom stuff too. Pretty much, customer will call him, tell him what they need, and he does his best to make it happen. Does vehicle repairs. It starts falling apart a bit. Body, chassis. We'll get that thing straightened out for you. It's real nice to have that on here, and I know there's got to be someone that could use something like that. So hit us up on Facebook at Giggity Racing League and get you pointed in the right direction. But Jackson, thanks again, man, for joining. I had a great time going over that Talladega race with you. It was pretty cool. We got to see our pole sitter lead a ton, and then mishaps at the end for him, and then someone that was in the middle of the pack, Trout, goes on to win it. It was a sweet race to watch, and now we're going to Richmond. Huge difference. What are you looking to see here tonight? What are you expecting? What kind of car would you want? I have so many questions for you right now.
Yeah, I mean Talladega is one of them tracks where it's a crapshoot. I mean anybody can win when you go to Talladega, especially on sliders where everybody's going to be fairly even. A track like Richmond where we're running custom setups, it's going to come down. The best driver, fastest car is going to win this race. I think uh, for me personally, I'm looking for a car that I don't want to have to catch that rear end coming off the corner. That's not conducive to a fast car. It's not conducive to a long run for your tires. So I want something that's going to roll through the center and that I can get back to the gas on it and not have to catch it. I think whoever can put that combination together the best, I think we're going to see them in victory lane.
Dude, Jackson, did you script that? Did you write that all down? You said it perfectly, man. You put every detail. I can't add to that. You really did say it perfectly. I agree 100%. I'm sure these drivers do too. And yeah, we'll see who rises to the top towards the end. They are getting the qualifying underway. They should be done with that. Or no, they haven't started yet. But
I did hear, I think there was an issue with the host of the last lobby. I think a lot of guys thought that was where some of the lag was coming from based on who was hosting the lobby. So they restarted qualifying with a new lobby host to try to sort out some of those issues.
hey, man, that's good. Try to figure that stuff out earlier rather than later. I used to deal with stuff like that in Heat 3. I think it's definitely a good shot to do that. But
Absolutely.
there were a few times where I saw some lagging. Thankfully it wasn't a lot, but hey, to one person it could mean their whole race. And you don't want that to happen to anyone. These guys are all good folks to each other, and it's a lot of fun. Richmond, man, it's gonna be tough. You know, they're gonna have a pretty big field, and with custom setups, you never know if it could get really spread out, or maybe they're really close together. And I think it's still gonna get spread out. People are gonna, if you get moved to that little bit of the outside line, and you have to back up your exit a lot, you're gonna be losing time, and
Unfortunately,
you don't want to fall too far.
unfortunately, I think we're going to see. It's going to be an entertaining race. I think just like every race we see, it's going to be a little more cautions there through the first couple stages. I think once we get to the third stage where there's more laps, I think it'll spread out a little bit. I think that's where you'll see cars going laps down. And then it's just going to be a run to. I do believe within the last few laps we'll see some cautions there, and it's just going to be a shoot for whoever can get to the finish line first.
Yeah, dude, we're going from a super speedway to this short track, and
Yeah.
they're gonna be lifting, they're gonna be using their brakes a lot differently than they were at Talladega. You know, it's not just checking up, but we'll see how the start of the race goes, and You know, 'cause those taillights, they're just decals, right? Like you don't know when someone's getting on the brakes, really. You gotta be very aware of that. But these guys, they know what they're doing. This ain't their first rodeo, and but hey, everyone wants to win too, man. So they're gonna be pushing it. Um, we saw a lot of patience in Dega, like a lot of patience. That was I thought that was a great race. It's like they're all wearing tuxedos in the car. They're very, you know, just smooth,
Gentlemen.
professional. Yeah, exactly, gentlemen. That's it. And it could be a little different here, man, if they put the gloves on, you know. And that'll be something. That'll be something. But congrats to Trout again on winning the race that was named after him at Dega.
And that's
And
another NOCO. That's another NOCO racing car. Trout there is that correct?
Trout.
See the 41.
Shoot, man. I think so. Yeah, right. Wow,
If
I
he's,
can't even remember.
I can't.
But
Yeah, I
yeah, if
think
he
he
is,
was the
then he is a
41 car.
Nokia. Yeah.
And I think
Of
we
course, I have
mentioned
a
there,
printout of the Xfinity cars because you know that
but not the
that's
cup.
helpful. I'm just gonna throw that away. But yeah,
But just I think it's just showing NOCO they got their roster, man. I think we mentioned it there in the Talladega race. Their roster's loaded with talent.
yeah,
Really good drivers, really fast cars. Every track we go to, so it's not surprising to see a NOCO racing car get the win.
yeah. It seems like they're gonna have a target on them now, and that's what you want, right? That's what you want. But you know, we were even talking to Taddy at the end of Talladega. And I asked him, "Hey, man, how you feeling about your car?" He's like, "It's not fast, but it's good. I'm not gonna be the fastest one there." And hey, that could mean a lot. Let's see if we get long green flag runs. See some people who started joining. Thank you all for coming on in. We're gonna have an exciting race. And they're starting the qualifying timer now, so we still have a few more minutes. I'm going to try and take a look at my phone here and check out what everyone's up to. I hope everyone had a good weekend. I hope everyone enjoyed the race today. It was pretty crazy. The cup race for the at Kansas and that cutoff, man, that was something else. But yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time.
Is playing even in here? No.
I
So
think
I got
everyone's
Buck.
getting
Yeah, it looks
ready.
like they are. Yeah, they are headed into qualifying now. So
All
we'll
right,
find out who's got a fast car for at least one lap.
sweet. Let's do it.
And that really makes a difference. There's something, running the Xfinity Series there at the beginning, I would run a qualifying setup and not adjust that qualifying setup a whole lot going into the race. And, the first 5-10 laps of a run would be really, really fast. But when you're running against guys like Jake and No Pit Pendle, man, those guys, they set their cars up to go for the long haul. And you'd really see the difference after 5 or 10 laps. They'd pass you or they'd gap you and just pull away. Running a few races, learn the value of having a long run car, and I think that's going to be key tonight. Having a car that's stable, a car that's underneath you throughout the entire fuel run, and I think that's going to be a winning factor.
Yeah, and yeah, there really isn't much banking here. And even if there was, man, there's something with the tire wear now in this game. I wonder who's going to be able to keep it, just like you said, keep that car under him. One thing I always want, and I'll say this time and time again, I want to be able to drive the car, not the car drive me. And you gotta be stable, but you want it to turn. You gotta get it balanced. We're gonna see. We're gonna see who's got the balance going. Um, yeah, and I remember back in the day, like in Heat 3, I was working with someone on a setup, and they were telling me about like three gear setups, and it was like Richmond. It was always at Richmond that I had a three gear setup, and I wonder who's gonna have a little bit different gears. Might help you with your exit, keeping that car planted, not spinning the rears too much, but
Yeah, I've ran a
should
three
be a
gear
lot.
setup at ISM. I know that's a track that you could run a 3 gear setup on. I've never ran one at Richmond. It looks like Buck. Just watching Buck's qualifying here. It looks like he's not on a 3-gear setup. He is in a 4-gear,
Mhm.
but he could switch that. That could be his custom qualify. So
Yeah, good
it
point.
is interesting. It is interesting to see what people will go with and what they choose to run as far as gearing.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be great if we were able to like watch the race, see what these guys are doing, see how they kind of compare. Like, oh, after this many laps, this driver looks a little looser than this guy. And it'd be great if we could like take a look into their setups, be like, yeah, man, maybe it could be this right here. Like the front spring is too low. Yeah, but
Yeah,
you don't want to give away all your secrets. But these guys, they work so well together. They're all so helpful. And I know that goes for every team. But yeah, dude, Noko could go 2 for 2 tonight. Guys, thanks again for joining on in. Robbie, always a pleasure having you, man. He wants to get that 2 for 2. Team Noko. Barry says roll tide. Go get him group racing, man. Yeah, Robbie. Yeah, that's a good comment there. Robbie's interested in seeing who's going to start off tight in the race. That's a good point. I think I'd want to start off a little tight and hope that it
absolutely.
loosens up. I don't want to go the other way.
When
Um,
your tires start to fade, the car will start to loosen up,
no,
and that's why you don't want to start too loose because then you get down to the last 5 or 10 laps of your fuel run and you just got nothing underneath you, and it's like driving on ice. So
yeah,
you want to start out with a tight car.
yeah. I mean, I just started doing custom setups on this game not too long ago. But a big thing that I've been kind of looking at was the tire wear and trying to even the right sides out a bit. Because, I feel like if you're too tight, you're going to wreck the right front. And if you're too loose, you're going to wreck the right rear. And you're going to have this huge difference. It's like, man, I got to pick because I got 5% on my right rear, but I got 30 on my right front. There's other things that go along with it. It's not just tire
Yeah,
pressures and the cambers and things. It could be a lot of everything kind of ties in together. But, trying to even it out a bit just to get maybe a few more laps or a few more good lap times. Not necessarily good lap times, but try and get it as average as possible. But I really hope we get to see some cars just whine, just get off these corners, just plant it down there, man, and just go. And I think, what do you think about passing? You think passing is going to be easy?
I think once again it's going to come down to who can get off the corner to set that pass up going into the next corner. If you got a car that can drive off the corner and get a nose underneath the car that's in front of you and be able to get under them going into the next corner, I think passing won't be an issue for you. But if you got a car that when you get underneath somebody, you've got to turn that wheel just that little bit harder to stay off of them. That rear end wants to come out, and it makes it really hard to complete a pass on a car on the outside. So, um, I think you'll see some guys give some people the bumper going into the corner just to run them up the track just a little bit, not to wreck them, but just to get them out of that groove, just so they have an opportunity to get underneath them. I
Yeah,
think it's going to be an aggressive race. I think it's going to be really, really entertaining for the viewers watching.
yeah. It's going to be entertaining for them. Going to be entertaining for us, for the drivers. It could be entertaining for some. It could be frustrating for others.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think
Man, I'm
frustration's going to
happy I'm
be.
on this side of it, dude. I don't know. But good point, man. With when you are under your car to get around them, um, I when I would practice like with a setup, I'd be running every lap like I had the entire track to myself, right? But you do
Yeah,
have to practice like, all right, let me pretend that there's a guy on my outside or on my inside here, and how do I have to run? Because if you get put in that situation, now you got to run it a little differently. If you're not sure how the car is going to react, you might not complete that pass.
and another thing
But
I think we want
Very
to we
cool.
want to remember. It's not the hardest pit road to get onto, but it is a complicated pit road to get onto, and it comes up on you really quick around the corner. That line is right there, so I think you can expect to see some pit road speeding penalties tonight. Kind of like Dover. Dover's another pit road that's super hard to get onto. it just comes up on you so fast. So
Yeah.
that's going to be a factor.
Yeah, yeah, and hey, like in Heat 3, there'd be times where you just enter turn 3 a little bit too low and it pulls you down into pit road. You got to be careful. Even if you're not doing that, you got someone on your outside. If they uh, kind of lose their car a bit, they might knock you down into pit road. So,
Yeah.
um, you know, I've seen I've seen pretty big races here lost on because of things like that. But these guys, we saw it at Dega how professional and good they were together. But let's see. So their qualifying just ended. We'll be getting the invites soon, and we'll be getting the go ahead to jump on in. And so I think Jackson, you said that you're gonna jump in early so that you can race and show them how it's done, right? Yeah, you should do that.
I would love nothing more than to be able to do that, man. That's they took the hot seats away and the dashes, and
uh,
I would love to be able to run with these boys, but that day's gonna come.
yeah, dude. Oh, I know it, man. I've been racing with you. You're not even not that long, and yeah, you're a good guy. And we got the invites, but we'll just give it a sec before we jump on in there. But again, thanks everyone joining in on Sunday night with Giggity Racing League's Potter Welding and Fabrication 200 at Richmond. Be pretty sweet. Be pretty sweet. I'm gonna jump in if once it gets in there or once we get the go ahead. I'll let you know. But I kind of want to see who's got the fastest lap. Or no,
Yeah,
I
let's
could
see
just see
here.
when I get in there. But just
Well,
give it
none
another
of the people
minute.
on that list, sir.
I'm getting like antsy, dude. I want to see this. I want to see how all these guys are gonna fit going from 2.66 mile track to a three-quarter length, three-quarter of a mile length track, and it'll be something.
It's definitely a change of atmosphere, a change of scenery.
Yeah,
So we'll see how they adapt to it.
yeah, yeah. All right. Let's see. I saw someone typing in our chat, just waiting for that go ahead. Like, see it. I see the dots. I should just like get a drum and do a drum roll, but it'd be annoying. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how everything goes. Damage could play a huge role too. All right, we
Oh,
can
absolutely.
accept it, but I'm gonna go blue screen, so they might not hear you, Jackson. But all right, getting on in here. It looks like RJ Smitty had the fastest lap.
All
Congrats,
right, Smitty.
RJ, on that pole.
I'm gonna run a custom race one here for this broadcast.
There you go. I'm gonna pull out the Goodyear blimp. I'll be sitting up there. Hopefully we can get in on time to see the first
Yeah, I
two
think we made it.
corners.
No, maybe not.
Hurry up. All right, RJ. They're looking pretty good right now. We got Titans outside pole. Titans trying to make a move on the inside. What an exit off of 4. So you got to think, who's going to have a short run car, who's going to have a long run car. Look at the exit that Titans got there, man.
Yeah, he made a really nice move off of four
Yeah.
there.
RJ did give a lot of room. He knows it's a long race, and looks like we
We
got a
got a
caution,
caution.
caution on track. All right, I didn't see exactly what happened. I'm gonna try and go through the field here, see if anyone's trailing.
And just listening to the scanner feeds from a couple drivers, it sounds like cautions are something that's expected here tonight. So hopefully they can get sorted out, and everybody can give each other a little bit of room, and we can see some good racing.
Yeah, right now I'm following the front of A-Trout, the previous race's winner, and front end, man, that thing has seen better days, and same with the 10, but we'll get going here. So the front row swaps spots. Let's see if Smitty can make the move that Titans made. As we go green.
Really let it roll on the top there if you got the right setup. Plant makes a nice move. He's going to slide into second there.
Titans almost went into the wall out of 2. He used everything he could. He's starting to make a little ground on everyone. Plant had a very good enter 1, but that exit of 2 just didn't have it. Just got a little tight, went up the track. Just try and move towards the back a bit. This Plant, he's not losing too much ground, which is good.
And just watching Smitty here the first few laps, it seems like his car is really, really tight, and that's not going to be good here early. But as the laps go on, that tight race car will come to life. So.
Right. Yeah, man. And that wall out of turn 2 comes up quick on you, and if you're tight like that, and if you're loose, you can hurt your day, hurt others, and figure it out. Wow, that 49 seems loose. But right now, Titans is holding the lead, and I believe that's Buck in the 0 behind him. Buck's not letting Titans get away. They're going to be learning about each other. Yeah, man. They're going to be learning a little bit about each other and their cars and how they enter and exit. It'll be good. Try and find their weaknesses sometimes. Try and pressure them. RJ Smitty's getting those wheels under him now. He's got a really crisp car. Maybe as he goes along, you know, like you mentioned it, and issue for the 14, even those in front of him. You know, Robbie mentioned it, who's going to start tight, and you elaborated on that, saying, you know, it's going to loosen up through the run. Maybe this was Smitty's plan, right? Have it a little tight, and it'll come to him. Yeah, let's see him towards the end of this run, where he ends up. He does keep moving back a tiny bit.
Yeah, he's paying for it right now, but we'll see. He's getting roughed up a little bit, and I think he missed his entry going into 1 that last corner, the last lap, and that really cost him a bunch of spots. But NRG looks really good. I think he's running up here in the top 5, in that old school Tom Cruise car.
Mills is around on the. Yeah, dude, he's got a nice car, man. I like NRG stuff, dude. And you know, back to Smitty's situation there. It's tough to hit your marks when you don't have all the momentum that everyone else does, and you know that just adds to it. It just makes things real difficult.
That's a good point. He does have a lot of front end damage. I'm not sure where that came from. But Smitty's got a bunch of front end damage. But what I was about to say there, when these cars aren't up to speed, man, they're very, very unstable. So trying to go into a corner when you're not at the speed that you've been going into a corner at in practice, it's easy to turn too early or brake too soon. So good point with the momentum.
Yeah, and it looks like Titans may be losing his momentum as there was a lead change. Buck got around them. Titans and Buck, they're smart racers. I'm sure neither of them pushed the situation and figure it out. Got a lot of laps.
Yeah, a long ways to go here.
It's good. They are all starting to spread a bit, and
long ways to go here. And one thing, if you've got to make an unscheduled pit stop, track like this unscheduled, you're going to lose a lap, 2 laps. So Really just want to take care of your car here early on. There's no sense in forcing an issue on anything. You're not going to win the race here in the first stage, like we said last at Talladega.
No, no, man. Kind of like watching see who's kind of fishtailing through the corners, and I'm happy I got to Wicked Gatekeeper because I saw him going through 1 and 2 before, and his looked like really stable, and I like the look at how he went through 1 and 2 a few laps ago. Because yeah, a lot of laps. You got to deal with this car. Not necessarily, not deal with it. You don't want to have to deal with it. That's a negative thing to say. But you want to be able to cruise for this long race, and he seems tight enough to be able to do it. He may not be able to get on the gas as soon, but someone can have a super loose setup that's always on edge, getting 0.2 a lap better than you are. But then what about when he has that 1 lap that he spins and loses 5 full seconds? It's give and take. It's long run, short run, and who's around you. And heck, you could sneeze and ruin your race. You never know.
You're so right, man. You're definitely right.
Yeah, you could
got an itch on the ear, an itch somewhere else.
Itch on the elbow, like in Richmond with Clint Boyer. We got Taddy riding a bit behind our pole sitter there, RJ Smitty. I don't know if that was like a glitch, but that 49 super loose coming off 4.
Back up here at the front, man, we've got our 3 leaders are back together. Titans is taking the lead back from Buck. They're nose to tail. And NRG has caught the front too, guys, and he's right there.
All right, thanks for mentioning that, man. There's so much going on throughout the track. I'm surprised. I thought that Buck was going to be able to pull away a little bit.
And that
but
could be
he could have had it. Please.
Yeah, that could be a product of the setup. 10. I think we're roughly 10, 15 laps in here. 10 to 15 laps, the tires start to go, the setup starts to go, and maybe Titans' car's coming back, and RG's car looks like it's really come to life. So
yeah. Another thing too, man, you got to have consistency at a track like this, because when you're making a setup, you could run a little bit off your mark and run a ton slower than your fastest lap. And you have to hit your marks time after time. Maybe Buck just had a little mishap, and Titans didn't. Yeah, I don't know. But it does look like Titans is starting to inch away. Not pull away, just maybe inch away.
And they're
Buck had a great 1 and 2. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, really good racing between these 3 up here at the front for the lead. And it looks like Titans got super loose off of 4 there.
Looks like Buck's trying to get to the outside there a bit.
And man, one thing I'm seeing here with the front 2, they're racing hard. If you watch NRG off the corners, man, his car is just smooth. It's not jumping side to side across the track like he's loose. It's just stable into the corner, stable through the corner, stable off the corner.
I like
it looks
that.
really good.
I like that point. I'm riding along with him in third-person view. I agree with you, man. He's got a good handle, it seems. I like how he's exiting too as well. It's not like he's really turning it a lot. He's more kind of diamonding it a little bit.
Absolutely.
They're exiting a lot higher and parallel to the wall, and he's getting it to just kind of go at an angle and not get the rear out.
The person who can keep that steering wheel straight the most without oversteer coming off the corner is going to be the person that's fastest. I think he's just being really patient right now.
Yeah. Yeah, he is, and why try to push something, man? it's coming to him, and Buck notices it too. And man, Buck gets through 1 and 2. Like, I don't know how he's doing it, man. That's amazing. He gets a lot of speed, and it holds too. It doesn't just go up the track. They're catching up to Mills, I believe. Mills was around off of 2. He was backwards, just about to turn 3. But he's kind of holding his own right now, man. You got to get into that rhythm and get confident in yourself. And he's doing all right. And Titans wants to get through there, and he's being patient on the bottom. He's going up the track a bit, kind of like what you said. We were talking about you running a different line. We've got a car spun in the backstretch, but you're used to entering the corner from the wall and diving down. Titans can do that, and he got a little tight in the middle of the corner, but he gets through, and now NRG's got another one to pick off.
And that's part of racing, getting through lap traffic. Being able to adjust your line to get past the slower cars, and they're doing an outstanding job right now.
Let's see if we go through the field just real quick. Watch, we're gonna go through the field and gonna miss something huge. Just kind of Checkmate was doing great in that race. IC looks like he may have lagged out. Nanu, man, NRG, he's getting there.
Yeah, he's got, I think right now, this early run in the race, I think he's got the car to beat just right now. Looks really, really good.
Yeah. And I'm
able to, go ahead.
No, please.
Just saying, he's able to get it down in the yellow. You can tell he's rolling the center of the corner really well. Just the car looks awesome.
Yeah.
Just the way it drives.
Dude, so that 1 and 2, I'm surprised he was able to get it through there. But the one before, he turned a little bit later than Titans did, and like you said, Jackson, man, he got it down that line as he goes to take the lead. He stuck it to that yellow line. My gosh. He backs up his entry just a bit so he can get off the corner. Titans had a heck of a run in there too, man.
And see, now this is one thing I've noticed for me. Riding behind people, you can watch the way they drive and adjust your driving to do what's faster. Now that he's in the lead, it'll be interesting to see if he can pull away without having those cars in front of him to base his line off of, just running with a clean track.
Yeah, and all this battling, man, they're pulling those 3rd and 4th place drivers up to them. Who is that in 4th? Is that Wicked Gatekeeper?
I believe that is K-Mac in 4th.
K-Mac.
Which he showed a lot of speed at Talladega. He's showing speed here. I'm not sure if he's on the lead lap. That's something we'll have to check here. And he is. He is on the lead lap there in 4th place. So, and Buck is really starting to get loose back there.
Yeah, dude. I was just seeing that. You ain't wrong.
Seven laps to go here in stage 1 for our leaders.
You know, it's funny, these cars, you have to woe them down so much sometimes through these corners. It almost sounds like I have to go around and see, is there a caution on the track? You know, the RPMs just dip. And that's another thing that's cool about this track and making a custom setup, you know, who's got that gear that'll wind up, man? Who's got that shorter gear? A little bit taller of a gear, get it moving. You want the torque, but you don't really need. You don't really need top end speed necessarily. I would think. You want to be able to get that torque.
So.
You want that
Absolutely.
torque to pull off.
So this late into the run, I think we're down to 5 laps to go in the stage.
Yeah.
Everybody's really stretched out, and I think we've got our 3 or 4 cars here that are going to be competing for the win. And even I'm super biased because he is team captain, but Smitty, we saw him fall back early. We talked about how tight his car was early on in the run and how much he fell back. Here we are with 4 laps to go on the stage. Smitty's back up to 5th and just a couple seconds off the lead.
And you got to think about another thing. You mentioned the front end damage. Can you
Absolutely.
imagine what he'd be like if he had, you know, the 100% car? So all right, man.
Absolutely.
I got a question for you. Say you're one of
Yes.
those lead cars, right? And I believe that may be the end of stage 1 or maybe a caution. I do see the 14 spin around. But say you're one of those lead cars and you thought you had the best thing out there, and then all of a sudden you get passed. Do you panic and start changing things, or do you keep it like it is and hope someone else changes their stuff and messes their setup up? Usually with custom setups, you kind of have it where you want it, right?
Yeah, usually, and I think for me it would depend on how I get past. Am I sliding all over the track, and is he flying by me? And once he gets past me, is he just driving off and leaving me? Or when he gets past me, am I losing a tenth a lap or a tenth and a half a lap? I think all those things play into it. I'm probably going to adjust on it a little bit, not necessarily based on how fast I am compared to other people, but just on how the car feels.
Yeah.
Again, if that car is getting super out of control towards the end of the run, regardless of how fast or how slow I am, I'm going to tighten it up just a little bit, just so I can account for the wear onto the tires.
Dude, that's perfect. You know, you never know how someone's prepared for a race. They may have run mock setup or mock races and been like, this is what I need to do to the car every stop. This is how it's going to progress. And Spanker started first on that restart. He fell to the back. I don't know if maybe he forgot to pit, or maybe he pitted early and just wanted to give everyone room so he can still work on his car. Looks like,
Really good battle for the lead there with
yeah.
NRG and K-Mag. Just they've been side by side for 3 laps now.
Wow, look at that. K-Mac, what a hold. And NRG to be able to recognize it too and just stay up there. Look at Titans making his moves through.
Ooh.
Oh, little too tight getting off.
Oh,
Oh
big
man,
wreck.
that's just a racing accident there. You know, it's a little incident. These things, think about it, man. These things, they are like they're on ice. So you start moving one way, it's gonna swing around on you. And
Yeah,
it's
that's a
harder to
product of.
catch these things than they were on Heat 3. Heat 3
It
you
is.
can
It's
kind of catch it
really
a little bit.
easy.
But
Really easy to overcorrect, and
yeah,
it's almost like it's over with. Once you overcorrect the first time, it's hard to save it. You got to really get out of the gas and let the car settle down.
yeah, like you know, I drive in the snow and in a rear wheel drive car, and it's no fun when you overcorrect and then there's just nothing you can do after
Yeah,
that.
it gets wild, huh?
Yeah, yeah. But no, it's fun, man. You put a set of snow tires on, you're good, man. It's great.
That's all they need. That's all we need out here is a set of snow tires for everybody.
There we go. Put some snow on the track. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Snow tires. All right, we got NRG. We got 3 wide for the lead again, man. This is sick. James wanted to pit
It's that
again. He may have
gatekeeper.
gotten some. I think.
Oh,
Who was that?
plant tumbling down the back straightaway.
Yikes. Yeah, K-Mac was a pinball right there, man. Just bouncing off everyone. Yeah, icy, man. Sorry. Must have had issues. Not in the race any longer. See who, you know, we just had a caution and coming back out. Let's see who pits. Looks like Taddy may have lagged out.
That's a tough break for Taddy.
Yeah, man, that's unfortunate. 'Cause, you know, when we were talking to him, he was really confident too. Like, oh, dude, I got a good car. It's not the fastest, but this thing's strong.
Yeah, that's really disappointing. One of my teammates in the Xfinity Series has had an issue. Diesel, man, and we got to a race at Canadian Tire last night where he was able to run the whole race, and he put together a really good race. Gathered stage points, got a good finish, but for whatever reason, when we run 100% races, his car just lags out about halfway through. So,
Man, I hate to see that. I know, like, Eternal, man. Last season he had that issue. He'd run like 10 laps in a race, but he never gave up, dude. He never gave up. He always kept coming through, and he was great. And things seem to be working out better this season for him. Maybe it's the game. Maybe he got a new modem. Looks like we got a pretty good racing going on now. There are quite a few guys lagged out. I think Titans maybe spun around on the backstretch. Yeah, his car looks beat. Yeah, just hang on to it, buddy. Get through the stage. Is that Wicked Gatekeeper going?
yeah, Wicked is going for the lead here.
There we go, man. It's that tight car. That's what Robbie was talking about. Robbie, you give him that setup? NRG is so good at keeping it on that high line too, man. He's not pressuring the bottom, and he's not even losing that much momentum, and I think that was great. One thing I noticed when we first had that really long green flag run, when NRG got around Buck let him by perfectly, you know, because you could let someone by but still lose a ton of time. It's not like they had people behind them or anything, but he executed that perfectly. They were coming around the start-finish line, and he just kind of let him by, and it was a very smooth switch. And it looks like, is that Spanker, man? He's going for it.
Yeah, we got some new players.
Yeah, for sure, man. And look at that nice lime green car. He's
that's Smitty,
back
man.
up too, exactly. Our pole sitter had a little issue. He may be getting this thing right. Wicked Gatekeeper looked like he got a little loose off 4. He's good through the corner, nice and solid. NRG just pushed a little too hard on exit. Got up into that wall. Just a little bit. It could have been a ton worse, you know. Everyone knows that.
Man, Spanker looks strong here on this the second run of the race. We'll see how long that car holds together.
Yeah, man, I can't believe it. Like, he's kind of pulling away now.
And he's running a little bit of higher line. He's keeping his momentum built up by doing that. Car is obviously rotating well for him to be able to run that line and still maintain speed. So he's got something figured out.
So, Jackson, what do you think that's doing for the tires?
I think it's eating them up. To be honest, I think it's eating up that right rear pretty quick. I don't think it'll last, but this is a good test for, say we get a caution with 10 to go. You go in and loosen that thing back up to where he has it right now, and he's going to have a shot if he's got the track position.
Yeah, I'm like, look at this. I didn't see Spanker doing that, man. He must have just needed to get that clean air. He's doing a heck of a job. Really cool to see.
Yeah, he looks really, really good out there. I like the line he's running. That late arc, I call that the Denny Hamlin line. Denny Hamlin runs that line at Richmond. He'll arc it in really late. He'll keep it a car length off the yellow, and then almost coming out of the corner, he'll dip those left side tires down to that yellow line and really get a good launch off.
Yeah, he sets the car up really well, man. He sets it up for that entry and his clean exit.
And a big factor is the entry. You know, if your car's too loose to where when you're getting on the brakes, it's wanting to jump loose, jump sideways on you, that's going to kill your corner speed. It seems like he's got something under him right now that, for the time being, is working really, really well. We'll see what happens as Smitty has moved up into second.
Yeah, we gotta play like the Jaws song, man. Some Jaws music for him,
Yeah,
dude.
he's
Cause
coming.
he's, yeah, bro, he's making that move. But you know, NRG's still there too, so it really can
And,
come down to a whole consistency type thing, man. How consistent are you? Titans,
and
bro, your car does not look well. Keep holding on to it, brother. Get down to the pits when you can and fix her up. You'll get back up
going
there.
going back to NRG, you mentioned him. How many laps was it in the last round? I think it was right around 15 laps or so. We saw him catch the two front leaders, eventually pass them, and so I think he's definitely got a long-run car. He's lost a couple spots here since the restart. We'll see if he's able to come back up there once the tires get a little heat in them.
Yeah, right? We're gonna see for sure. Ooh, Buck and Trout having a little issue.
Oh, going at it. Let's see what happens.
Spinning.
Big hit there. K-Mac hits him.
Titans
Yeah,
is
that's a caution.
screaming caution, caution.
He got it.
Got it. Let's get these guys down on pit road. You know, the front field there, they didn't really spread apart that much. And as soon as they started battling with someone, another guy would come up to them. Another
Absolutely.
guy would come up, and man, that's got to be stressful when you're in the lead and you see all that coming to you.
Hey Nick, I hate to do this to you, but I'm gonna probably be able to finish out this second stage. And
Oh yeah, you have to get to work.
money calls, money calls. I gotta be back at work in about 20 minutes.
No worries, man.
I did
Appreciate you
message
coming up
Taddy.
here.
I messaged Taddy to see if he wanted to come in and replace me and finish out this broadcast, but I haven't got a response yet. So
Yeah, his
we'll see if I
internet
can
might be
find you some.
shot. That's all right, man. It's no big deal. Yeah, Titans restarting in the last position with all that damage. Look at life as a plant, just chugging through. Man.
Tommy. It's like Tommy up in the lead for the first time tonight. Not for long. His
Oh.
plant just takes it.
Dude, these guys are beating banging here. Three wide. Let's go, Wicked. He's making his move. He's opening doors. He's got Spanker with him. Let's see if Spanker can work his way back up there. His Life as a Plant is our new leader, doing a great job, and our pole sitter, RJ Smitty, that dude will not give up, and I love it. A-Trout had a little incident that resulted in a caution. Fortunately, we got some guys out of the race. Man,
Yeah, that's heartbreaking.
I gotta watch these guys back here. This is too much. If the lead changes, the lead changes. Titans is trying to make his way back up, and he's doing a great. Oh man, that stinks for Titans. It looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Big old wreck. Not much you can do. Not much you can do after that.
And we're gonna get a caution there. Yeah, looks like. All right, Nick, it has been a pleasure, buddy. I really appreciate that.
Dude,
You
man,
guys
I
bringing me
appreciate
up
it
to the
too.
booth tonight. It's been a lot of fun, man.
It really has. It really has. I hope you have a good time at work, dude, and
Yeah,
I'll talk to you next time.
I'm gonna find me a hiding spot at work somewhere and watch the rest of this race because it's gonna be a good finish.
Yeah, you got to see how it's gonna end. Who's gonna win it?
God
I don't know, man. I don't know. You want to make a bet? No, I'm just kidding. But
I don't gamble.
no,
I
good,
don't gamble.
good. Keep it that
Only
way.
on tires. I only gamble on tires.
Yeah, that's funny. I like that. All
Have a
right,
good night, man.
you too. Thank you. All right, let's see here, YouTube world, all you race fans. How far along are we in this race? Anyways, I gotta take a look. So we're about to go green. It looks like Smitty's trying to work his way back. to that lead, and he's getting there. He sure as heck is getting there. The Life is Plant's got that inside line, shorter way around. All these folks, they've got different entries, different exits, and kind of packs everyone up. Kay Larson did a great job of keeping that car going in the right direction and away from others. Lost a lot of ground, but it happens. Now we got NRG, man. He's going back at it. He's trying to get that lead again. Oh, that's a good view. Except for what we just saw back there with those two. NRG's trying to do a little crossover move. Goes up high, ducks down low. Looks like the 16 may have put a little too much gas into it. Now I know Spanker is not in the lead, right? There's no way. Did he go a lap down? Or is he about to go a lap down? Was he up there? I thought. I didn't think so. Looks like Titans is way around the rim of 1 and 2, and he keeps it in front of Smitty. Smitty definitely has the long run. That's how I see it. I'm gonna let's get to a car here. I want to get on my phone, kind of see where we're at, see what you guys are saying. Buck and K-Mac have a little incident, and K-Mac, I think there's something behind that. Alright, we're gonna have another caution. Alright. Let's see who's streaming here. Let's see. Series. Oh, Titans. Thanks, Titans. I'm gonna watch yours. We'll see how many laps are left when they go green. Titans did a heck of a job getting that lead in the beginning, and I think with all the other cars around, it's tough for him to get that rhythm going, but we'll see. We'll see what happens when these guys start to spread out. Let's try and see who is in the lead, and it looks like it goes back to Spanker. Very nice, good job, Spanker. And Wicked Gatekeeper to his outside. Look at Mills running fourth. Heck yeah, Mills. Let's go. Titans is restarting third. With RJ Smitty fifth. Kay Larson sixth. Looks like Life has a plant. They're 3 wide. I think that's K-Mac. Just keeps it out of the way. I wonder if K-Mac and NRG may have a little bad blood, or Buck. I forget which one it was. Let's go through here. What's up, Buck? Let's see. Good job keeping it off, everyone. Let's see what our boy Tommy's up to. Let's see what RKM, what's up, man? Thanks for always letting us watch your streams, dude. It's a good looking car. I love orange. Hey, Trout. Checkmate. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Checkmate Taylor. Sweet looking ride as well. Nice Camaro. Everyone's gonna get themselves fixed up. Be good as new, almost. Titans running second right now. Looks to be. It's a good looking car. Nice Toyota there, Titans. Alright, while they're doing this, let me try and take a look at what y'all are saying. Looks like K-Mac, a little bit of strategy here. Things looking a little clean so far. Looks like Titans almost got really tight. Go up the track, but did a good job holding on to her. Oh man, about to be 3 wide, almost 4 wide for the lead. Ooh, Titans looked like he was really going in there sharp. The brakes just didn't want to keep the car straight. But he did an excellent job holding on to that. What am I doing over here with these cars? Let's get back. Let's take a look at this action. Yeah, I swear these guys should have put like those foam pool noodles on the bumpers of these things, man. It's not like anyone's just plowing into someone, taking them out. They're just little, you know, love taps, little nudges. Wow, how did Life as a Plant hold it down there? He was flying into the corner and it just stuck. Try and do that again, man. Tough. I believe that may be the end of the stage. And that should go to, I think, Buck. Was Buck in the lead? Or A-Trout. A-Trout, yeah, it goes to A-Trout. Good job, A-Trout. Alright, now I'm going to go back to the chat and see what you guys are doing. Hunty, what a mess. You know, it's kind of a mess, and they're running green flags, which is cool. It's just, man, it's scary. Fluffy, thanks for supporting us. Really appreciate it, man. Getting ready to pack for shark. Dude, that's exciting, yo. You keep us all updated with how it's all going. Pro, what's going on, buddy? Hey, everyone in here. Alright, cool stuff. Gonna get off the... Oh, RJ must have lagged out. Dang, these guys are dropping like flies now. And it looks like K-Mac was able to get the lead on the outside. Let me get back to him. Oh, Titans just looked like he got punted, man. 41. A-Trout, what's he gonna do? Nice entrance there by K-Mac. I don't know how NRG is sticking these corners. It can't last long doing that. Probably run a few laps going that hard into these corners, but my gosh. 3 wide for the lead, Buck to the inside. 41 A-Trout said, hey, don't check up so much. Man, these guys, get off that one. Wicked gatekeeper. Looks like we're gonna have a caution. Caution on track. Yeah, dude, you're welcome. Good luck. Be rooting for you, man. Let's see if I can get over to Titan's stream and see if see how many laps still got here. I'm wondering if frustrations are happening here. People getting a little upset with others. Checkmate Taylor doing some strategy. Let's go, buddy. Let's see you up front, man. Get it. So yeah, Spanker 2's outside. Spanker showed a ton of strength, man. It was really impressive. We see Kay Larson, man. It's like the field almost inverted. This is pretty cool. And look at how quickly they get single file, too. Look at that. Oh, this is just great. Trout up the track, but he keeps it together. What an entrance by Kay Larson. Checkmate. Amazing job seeing that. And not ducking down in there. Your driver and a spotter and a crew chief doing a heck of a job. Seems like he's having a little hard time getting it to the bottom, but hey man, did a killer job. Titan's trying to make his way back up. He's side by side with Wicked Gatekeeper. Gets through there. Third place, Life as a Plant. He's got some open ground for now. Spanker, man, he's really showing a lot of life when he gets up to the front. I didn't see that coming from that first stint. But looks like it's bouncing around up there too, and I don't know what's going on with maybe a spook. I think there may have been an incident. Yeah, Buck and Titans forced down pit road somehow. I'm sure they'll figure that stuff out later. Or now. But we do have some good racing. See, you know, short track like this, you get thrown down pit road, especially if you're speeding. If you're going to have a 30-second pit stop, man, multiple laps down, it's going to be tough to recover from it. Unless we keep seeing cautions, but the way that people keep getting dropped from the server, don't know how it's going to turn out. NRG's got a lot of pressure from A-Trout. A-Trout is doing. These guys are in the 40s, they're teammates. You know, you don't need to rough each other up too much. Just be aware of what's going on. See, okay, I got my teammate behind me. Is someone coming up to him? If so, maybe, I don't know. Just each their own. Depends on the part of the race. Let him by, or do I keep going? RKM, Giggity, beautiful 50. It seems like his motor is just not revving as much as the other cars. I wonder if he's doing maybe a 3-gear for this. But the leaders, dude, loose as heck. Kay Larson didn't need to do anything. He just had to hope that they'd spin. He did pick up one spot over Life as a Plant with that. But Spanker did an excellent job holding on to it. Probably warmed up those tires a little more than he wanted them to be, but he'll be alright. He's got a lot of pressure from Kay Larson. It hasn't been able to just pull away as of yet, but these guys are starting to fan out. K-Mac put a little work on checkmate. Taddy, sorry bud, Icy, RJ, it's really unfortunate. Titans, what's up buddy? Keep it up. The car doesn't look too bad. Life as a Plant, you're killing it buddy. Maybe a little loose on exit. Could be getting into the, trying to get as much as he can, getting into the gas like that. Whoa. I'm gonna go back to that. I thought that Kay Larson was about to wreck. NRG, he's using that higher line. He's not really making up as much ground as he did before. I wonder if he made adjustments or if others did to swap it off like that. But now Buck and Titans did have that issue where they fell down pit road. I'm sorry, I did not see what happened. But you just they have to hope that, you know, maybe that incident fell within a pit window where they won't have to pit in extra time. But we shall see. I'm sure they're going through the math in their heads, what they need to do, what they can do to kind of stop the bleeding. Get to the front. Kay Larson is still sitting in second, just biding his time. You know, sometimes when you don't want to push your car too much, but you want to pressure them enough to hope they make a mistake. But Life as a Plant, what a beautiful pass. That was really nice, but that entrance cost him on the exit, and now the 8 of Kay Larson has the preferred inside line. And he opened that door for Wicked Gatekeeper. Is Wicked Gatekeeper going to have the momentum to go through? he's going towards the top. I like that move. The 16 really had to slow down to stay towards the bottom. 41 at A Trout. What a run through 4. Yeah, these guys are all bunched up now. And you see K-Mac right at the back of the pack, just sniffing, dude. He wants to get through there. A Trout up high. There's gonna. Oh wow. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen when you go through a corner about 3-4 wide. But yikes, that's not good for Trout. Yeah, he's got to win tonight, so that's still a huge positive. Tough to get wins with the competition that these guys have out here. It looked like, yeah, Titans is starting to see the rear end of some other cars, so even though he's multiple laps down, he could be picking up some. I must have missed something that happened with Kay Larson, because he's fallen from 2nd all the way to, say, about 6th. Pick him up, knock him down. Pick him up, knock him down. I like that gray that Mills has, too. That looks nice. It almost looks like a shark kind of color, or dolphin gray. See, now NRG's starting to wake up, man. That's really cool. I was mentioning before how he was kind of stuck behind some guys, and now he's sitting pretty in 3rd, and he made up a lot of ground, it seems to me. Spankers just set sail. That's really cool. Good job. Man, that could have been a lot worse. It's so hard for myself getting out of turn 4. You really, it seems like you don't need to be patient, but you do. You know, like, yeah, okay, there's not a lot of banking, but the exit is pretty wide. Of an exit, it's not like it cuts down like turn 2, but you really have to be careful with it, unless you did such an amazing job getting the darn thing to rotate. That's a pretty car. Manners, man, dude, NRG picked up 2nd. This guy is just flying. I'm about to pull out a stopwatch, see what the difference is. I'm not going to. If anyone does, that's fine. Like, I'll do that when I go to the races. You know, I like to go to Pocono and Dover. And, you know, on my phone, I'll put the stopwatch on and see what lap times are like and time differentials between a few cars. It's something to pass the time. And again, I really want to thank everyone for tuning in. Man, this is pretty sweet to be able to get to do this. And sorry it's just me, guys, but I'm trying to get to the YouTube video so that answer any questions or talk if y'all want. So everything's kind of spreading out. K-Mac and K-Mac's moving on up. There we go. But yeah, also gotta definitely thank Potter, Welding, and Fabrication for coming on board with us with Giggity. So that's really cool. How about you know, you could market customized race cockpits. That would be cool, because right now my steering wheel, I've got it on like a wooden TV tray that I just like finagle to not tip and to be a little more sturdy. But like, yeah, man, you can weld together some racing cockpits, something to throw a chair in and pedals, steering wheel. That'd be pretty cool. I'm sure a lot of people would love that. like to know what these tire wears are like. Oh, Shadow, miss you guys. Yo, I miss you too, Shadow. Yo, if you're online, dude, come on in. I'm all by myself. Send me an invite. Spanker though, man. NRG, dude, he is. I didn't know if he was gonna have a long run car, but unless Spanker really doesn't have a long run car, dude, he's pulling away. And look at that, K-Mac. K-Mac, I'm sure wants some redemption. He was doing great at Talladega. It's just, you know, the way the cards land sometimes, it was one of those. There was nothing he couldn't get out of it. And I thought he had a weak car. I think the best part about that race though was when Buck pushed Kay Larson to the lead on the outside. That was darn impressive. Checkmate Taylor did a great job too. His nose is all crunched in. Hood is raised high. That thing's pushed back. Oh wow, I can keep it on their cars and just watch everyone go through the yeah, perfect. Yeah, we get to see Spanker leave pit road. It's a cool little view. I'll take it. There goes our leader, second, third place, go by. Titans, my man, you keep hanging on, man. You got it. I'm gonna go ahead and since Spanker pitted first, I'm gonna stick with him and see where everyone falls out if they're all gonna pit. I believe that is the leader behind him. Doesn't look like he's planning on pitting anytime soon. It's pretty spread out. Let's see if he's catching up to anyone. Yeah, he is. Can't quite tell who though. I think that's A-Trout as Buck is pulling off or is hitting pit road. Mills hitting pit road. We got a lot of takers. Not our leader though. NRG Simch. Man, I'm good. D Smith, what's up, man? I don't think I mentioned you tonight. I hope you're doing well. You did a sick job coming back. Yeah, you had a tough beginning of that Talladega, and you know I was very impressed. Wicked. You too, bro. And especially here, very good. I like that color too. It's not really a white. It's like a. It almost has a little bit of silver gray in it, and then with the blue lines down the side, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Like in a good way, you know. I'm just rambling. RKM, you look like you've got some trouble in the front. Get that thing fixed up. Be ready to rock. Kay Larson, what a good job Kay Larson was doing putting pressure on all the leaders, but what impresses me as well is how the leaders take that pressure, man. Like, Spanker had him on his tail for a good 10 laps or so, and it didn't phase him, and you gotta have that. You gotta be able to have that. K-Mac's car looks very clean right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him take the lead. Yeah, I can hear Life as a Plan is really kind of babying it, it seems. Actually, let me get this, because Spanker, he pitted. And let's listen to his car going around the corners, coming out. See how much he's really getting into it. It's kind of babying it. It's 3 and 4. Then let's go on to NRG and see what he's doing. Kind of tell he's like, it seems like he's gradually getting into the throttle. He's being so smooth with it. He's not abrupt and just off and on, and very smooth. All right, so NRG actually did just pit, so he'll be coming out of here. not sure if Buck needs to pit. The way that he's sounding right now, I'm not thinking so. Whoa, maybe. Wow, he's really got to slow it down and by the middle of 3 and 4. I like it though, he's not overdoing it, because, you know, if you think, oh, I got to go faster through the corner, you're going to ruin that exit. Everyone knows that. But he's being very understanding, I guess, of the car. He knows what he wants to do, he's being patient with it. Let's see, so NRG, you know, he ran extra laps than Spanker. And what do those extra laps do, man, on older tires? You lose time, and you can tell he lost quite a bit of time to Spanker. But Spanker's tires, they're going to start falling off as well. So might even out, and especially with, oh shoot, I think Life as a Plant may actually have the lead. Let's go take a look. As Wicked Gatekeeper is coming off the track. I got you, buddy. You're all clear. You can come up whenever you need. And got our buddy RKM. Wow, what a save going through that corner, man. It's some good control. You know, you go in there a little hot, you expect to hit the wall, and you get it through just right. K. Larson exiting pit road. He's got Buck behind him. A Trout still got that funky hood on there. Yikes. K-Max still with the cleanest car. That 56. Checkmate Taylor exiting pit road. No repairs. Didn't need it. It's short, you know, short tracks. You don't really need all the aero. You need the oil temp to be good. So you don't want to get that radiator going. But getting the splitter or side panel, it's not too big a deal. I've had times at like Martinsville, I'll have a semi-wrecked car and I'll think, dang, it runs better now. But that's probably just me. Life is Plant. That's a very nice entrance. He's got Spanker in front of him. Titans is right up there too. That pink, and it's kind of a fuchsia, black Toyota. Come on, Buck. Buck's all by himself. There we go. Let's figure this thing out. You're good. Mills, love that gray. It's such a good color. Energy was late to pit, but you can see he's getting up there to a very loose and a car with older tires on it. Very loose Spanker. Titans, who led very early in the race, is under pressure, going another lap down. I got to see if I can find the lap count real quick. Oh, if someone's messaging me on PlayStation, I have that, I have the notifications off for that, so I don't see it. But I can go on the app. I'll do that after I see the lap times. Sorry, fellas. Alright, where are you at? Or not lap times. I just want to see how many laps you got left. Let's go with RKMs. I believe he's on the lead lap. About 10 or so laps left in the stage. Hey Barry, what's the, here, let me see. I can help. Oh, Dark Knight. Alright, word. Yeah, give me a sec while, well, let's see, we got a little battle for me. But Dark Knight, I'll send you an invite shortly if you still want it. As lead change happens, 45 of NRG, dude. He's making that move, so there you go. Those tires kind of switched. Even though he was out there on older tires, he's got the newer ones now. Spanker's really trying to dive it in there. I can't believe how well he's able to do that. Alright, let me give 1 sec. I'm gonna probably regret. Nah, I can't do it. This is just too close. I'm happy I didn't, because look at that. Wow. You know, that little bit of battling, it's got life as a plant right there as well. Heck of a job. Oh man, life as a plant had a ton of momentum, and he's like, I want to get through here. This track position really means a lot. Who's that on P.O.? D. Smith, man, that's too bad. Looking gatekeeper. Looks like another car fell out of the race. RKM. Shoot. Heck, survive. That's all you gotta do. At this point. Titan's on pit road again, and remember he did get thrown into pit road earlier, along with Buck. He's probably pitting now so that he's not going to pit at the end of the stage, and everyone else will pit and he'll get a lap back. Unless he uses the free pass, then heck, just pit, he'll get that lap anyway. Alright, I think it's safe to say that we can... Oh, never mind, dude. What the heck am I looking at? Spanker did a nice little paint change there for this race. Very cool. And it looks like we got K-Mac coming through, man. I was mentioning he had the cleanest looking car out there. Let's see if he can keep it clean and work his way up to the front. I don't think he's going to have enough time in this second stage. These guys are really having to low it down right now. Take a look above. NRG does a great job. They both did a great job staying off each other. Yeah, that one car went up, one car went down, and who's to blame? No one. Oh, little loose. He really had to turn that thing late to get around turn 2 and just had a little too much throttle while the wheel was turned a little too much. With energy way up there, let me try and get Dark Knight in here. So I'm just gonna blue screen real quick. And let's see, invite players. Where are you, Dark? There we go. And if you want to join, go for it. If you're busy, don't worry about it. Alright, we're back. Let's see if I can find Titan's stream here. Hey, Dark Knight, man. You are the Dark Knight of tonight, saving the day. Saving everyone from having to hear me this whole time.
Oh, what's up, bud? My bad. Have my mic off.
Good. Yo, you good, man. Thanks for joining. Do you have your mic on allow? Always allow? Probably.
I believe it is.
Yeah,
Should be.
I think if anyone can't hear you.
Yeah, it's on always allow, bud.
Yeah. Alright. Can you get into the race?
I was trying to like go through the session, and I can't. I can only watch it.
You can't watch it?
I can watch, but I can't like do what you're doing. You know, go run through cars and that. All I can do is watch the broadcast. I don't
Oh,
have it like to where I can join session. You know what I mean?
you know what? Someone told me this the other day. I forgot who it was. Sorry, I know it was someone in here. If you hold down the PlayStation button,
Yeah.
and if you click on NASCAR Heat 4, it'll be like the third one down. From the
All right.
top. And I think like other sessions there, if you find one of the guys, like if you see my name and I'm in the session, you
Okay.
can join
Other
it.
sections.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, that's
Or
cool. No, did not know that.
I didn't know that either. Someone told me last week, and it was a
Learn
lifesaver. I
something
think
new every day, huh?
right, right. But hey man, thanks again for joining, dude. I appreciate it. Have you been
Yeah,
watching
no
the
problem.
race? Do you know what's going on? You got a favor? What's up?
Oh yeah, I've been trying to keep up with it. I watched Talladega race there. Kind of got
Yeah.
in late. I guess I missed the first stage.
Nah, it's all right.
Okay, I'm not
It's all
finding any
good.
names
Shoot. Or
on
maybe
those
one of the other
sessions.
guys that are in the race. We got Wicked Gatekeeper here. Who's got the highest in the alphabet? A-Trout. If you're friends with A-Trout,
Okay, yeah, I see them.
that should be up top. I would think at least.
Oh, that's just some new profile.
Yeah, this field really thinned out too, man. I think a lot of people are having connection issues. It's like, shoot, just stay in the race. You might get this win, even if you're in the back. The only car in here. Get a win.
Like say, if I go, you know how you go just go down and it gives you options to join sessions.
Yeah,
Um,
might be able to do that.
if I find like Trout or somebody and I join a session, would that still let me scroll through the cars and all?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you get in, like when you're in the lobby, you just hit the options button, and it'll bring you in just like this. Then you can just go through like X and O will go through the cars,
Right.
and why am I just sorry? I'm doing all this other stuff. I was sitting on Speedy's car there, but Square will change like the view.
That's crazy. I'm trying to get in there, bud.
Hey
Or
man,
as the stage, have they finished the stage yet?
I thought this would be done. I don't know. Let me see.
I guess when I heard you say 10 to go, I was telling you in the broadcast, just wait the stage was over. That way you can blue screen for a second.
Yeah.
I'm not finding where I can even join nobody's session. I see
Oh,
Trout, but it's like saying start, not join session though.
yeah. So what if you go to so even if you went to like our chat party, if you like
Let me try that. Let me try that.
yeah, so if you click on my name there, if it has like a little like video camera under my name, you should be able to join.
Watch broadcast is what it's showing. Yeah, I don't want you to miss race because you got your hands full. I don't want you blue screen missing
I
nothing.
dude,
But
you good. Thank you, man. I
I'm trying to
appreciate
get
you.
in there and help you. Maybe I
Oh,
can go on somebody's broadcast. Maybe give you info through there. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
I mean,
While
Titans
you're doing
is.
that.
I know Titans. He's got his. It's the Titans 312. You could probably just look up Titans 312 and get it. I honestly don't know where we are in this. I thought this stage should have put me over. though. I don't even know. Maybe the race is gonna be over.
That's what I was thinking. It
Like,
might be
right?
near the end.
I'm so lost, dude. I'm fried. I've had a day. Titans hit X. Titans hit X. Jerk. Oh yeah, that was the race. That wasn't the end of this. Yo, man, I'm lost, dude. That was the end of the race.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, my bad. I
No,
was trying to
no,
get in there, man.
dude. Why did I think that it was stage two? Right? Holy cow! I think the race
Yeah,
just
I
went
heard you
by
when you
so
said,
fast.
yeah, you said like there's
I could have sworn,
10
dude. I
laps
could have
left in
sworn it
stage two. I was
was.
like, well, maybe I can get in there and help him then since he's
What
by
an
himself because he's
idiot.
got his hands full, man.
I think I
You
time
did you
traveled.
did a good job, though, man.
Oh,
You did a
thanks. I
real good
appreciate
job getting
it.
yourself there.
I appreciate it, man. It was, and I appreciate you, doing that. You're a lifesaver for sure.
Nah,
But
I didn't save nothing, man. You the hero. You did it all.
oh, shit.
Especially if you helped there, left you. But, well, since it's over, I'll get out of here and let you do what you got to do.
All
The
right, all
interviews and
right.
all that good stuff.
Yeah. Oh shoot, who won the race?
I have no clue. I
Oh
went out
man.
to look at another broadcast.
Hold on, I'm gonna find out in a sec. Wow, yeah, but that was a killer race. I think we saw a lot of lead changes. It didn't, dude. They didn't uh, have cautions as much as I thought they would at the beginning. Yeah, a bit, but it was still really good race.
That's something that amazes me. Like we go to a bigger track, man, and have more cautions, and then you think it's going to be more cautions on these shorter tracks where there's not a whole lot of room. Like Canadian Tire, man, we had some good racing, one caution,
Yeah. Oh,
and
yo,
extended,
NRG
man.
won it. Nice.
Uh,
NRG and
so it's
Spanker.
kind of crazy how it works out. I guess
Yeah.
I don't and all that good stuff.
Yeah, right. Like you're going a little slower and it's a little easier to save. But I'm gonna blue screen real quick so I can get Nanner in here. See if he wants to join. All right. Well, yeah, man. The thought is much appreciated. But I hope you have a good night. Thanks. Good job to you too, man. All right. All right. So let's get Nanner and Spanker in here. Let's see, where the heck is Spanker? Maybe I'm not friends with him. Alright, try and get first and second on in here. This killer race. Let's see if they were able to do anything with those lap times. Yo, NRG man, congrats! I can't
Thanks, man.
believe that
Appreciate
race
it.
was over, dude. I thought we were at the end of the second stage. I think I must have like I don't know, it's time travel or something, but really good win. You showed a strong car from the beginning, and you just get through the corners like I wouldn't believe. What do you think got you that fast of a car, got you that, and then got you that win?
Well, honestly, D. Smith had a lot to do with that setup. I mean, obviously, I tweaked it a little bit, but that was for the most part his setup. He's definitely had a thing with these short tracks. It's unfortunate he lagged out again tonight, like he did at Bristol last Sunday night. But overall, I had a fun time tonight. There was a few times there that last race, though. I had a hell of a battle with Spanker there, but I knew that I had fresher tires. Eventually, I was going to get around him, I thought.
Yeah.
And once I did get ahead, I noticed it in the first stage. Once I got out front, I was able to pull away. Um, there was a couple people trying to take me out there while I was battling for the lead, but
Wow.
It is what it is. I ain't too worried. I got the win. So,
You
but
know,
yeah, it was good
yeah.
racing overall. Spanker, that was fun there, battling back and forth. We were dancing around for about 10 laps or so.
Yo,
I was
I
dancing
couldn't
a
believe it.
lot.
A lot, yo. Yeah, honestly, NRG, your car looked really loose through most of that race. But that pit strategy, those pit calls that you guys did at the end, I didn't know how that was gonna fare out, but it did look like it fared out in your favor there, NRG. But you had a fast car, and like you said, once you got in front, you were able to sail. They weren't able to, not everyone was able to keep up with the draft. But it was weird. Like you guys each had strengths that fed off the other's weakness. You know what I mean? Like one would be good in one and two, three and four, an entrance, an exit. It was like just back and forth. But you guys did a hell of a job. NRG, congratulations. I'm happy for you, buddy.
I
Uh,
appreciate it, man.
and um, and it's always good talking to you. But I hope you enjoy the win. And Spanker, man, I don't know where the heck you came from, but once you started passing cars, you started going, you started moving. Um, do you think if you waited a little bit that maybe you could have still held on to the lead for that last pit?
Waited to pit.
Yeah. Or did
Oh,
you?
I
Because it
don't
seemed like
know.
everyone was off, you know. And dude, honestly, I thought we were in the second stage. I
Oh,
swear that
really?
that race flew by. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. I think as soon as my partner left, as soon as Jackson left, I think I like had a hard reset. Like I had no idea what was going on. But yeah,
But
like, do you think that would have changed it up if with the pit strategy?
honestly, I don't think so. I mean, it could have maybe, but my car was basically set up for a short run, unlike NRG's, who could lay back a bit, and then eventually his car would be better than mine on the long run because he could drive through the corners so much better and get off the corner way better than I could on the long run. I mean, maybe if I would have waited to pit, I might have been able to keep up with him more, but I feel like if I waited to pit, he would have just driven away even farther from me before I
Yeah, with him
pitted.
having the long run car. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I thought that maybe if I could get fresh tires on it and lay down some fast laps, I'd be able to open up a big enough gap where he wouldn't be able to catch me. But that was that was wrong.
Yeah, that's all right, dude. You did a heck of a job. I was really impressed by everyone too. These custom setups are tough, and at Richmond, you guys were really good at being able to give each other room too. It's kind of hard to do at Richmond if you're on the outside line and to keep a good speed and not completely shut the car down almost. But uh, but yeah, dude, you did a heck of a job. I just want to let you know that. So really good stuff.
Thank you.
But um, but yeah, dude, thanks for putting on a good show. NRG, thank you. I know you left, but thanks for putting on a good show. All the drivers in there and Trout, congrats on the win. Pottles, or Potters, Welding and Fabrication. Uh, thanks for coming aboard. If you want to, work something out where you ship me a nice cockpit for the steering wheel and pedals and stuff, talk business, that'd be cool. But yeah, I mean, I think on that note, we could call it a night. Had some good racing at Dega and had some really good racing at Richmond. Just stunk that a lot of people fell out, but we got some truck racing tomorrow night, so that'll be exciting. But on that note, Scenic 22 with Giggity Racing League, and say good night, and I'll see you on the track.